However, David Schwartz will be speaking in this episode as he begins to weigh in on the entire Bitcoin maxi fiasco that is occurring on social media, man. It's a fiasco. You can read all of their nonsense if you simply relax. We're going to talk about that, look at the XRP chart, and discuss my expectations for the next 2 weeks in the future. How about the biggest coins in January? You probably know one of them, but the other two you probably haven't even heard of. Don't worry, I've got you covered. Without further ado, settle back, relax, and let's get started. They're starting to make things up, which is pretty freaking funny, and they're getting called out on it. That's what we call desperation. At $14,990, Bitcoin is currently up roughly 0.5%, and Ethereum is currently up 0.12% XRP. I mean, someone has to flick it. At $311, Ethereum is currently up 38%, has been consolidating and remaining flat following this enormous parabolic spike that we recently witnessed. As I mentioned a few weeks ago, I firmly believe that the last week of January, which begins on Monday, will lead into the first week of February, and that Bitcoin will finally break out quietly. I mean, look at this chart over here on the weekly. It's pretty much flatline in here right now. The next leg up, the next push-up is coming. The market makers aren't immediately trying to crush it and get it back down to that mid-negative 90,000 range. So what this tells me is that they've run out of steam. The bears are getting tired, and the bulls are about to come out and play, and they're about to send this thing up 115 to 125 for its first stop. That's what I'm paying attention to for the first 2 weeks leading up to. Or the first 2 weeks, or the next 2 weeks, I should say. See, it's early, folks. I'm tired. I usually get up at 6 and then get up until 9:30. I believe my body was telling me to stay in bed and get some rest. The cryptocurrency market cap is currently coming from cryptminute.com.let's discuss the top cryptocurrency gainers for the 4th week of January, starting with the first OneGate token. I'm merely reporting the news. I haven't even heard of it or owned it. No surprise there, bro. We've seen Binance Currency perform incredibly well, so why not cool currency tokens? The strange thing about Trump coin, in my opinion, is that it's currently just sort of consolidating, and that it might drop further lower if it breaks over $269, which would lower it below $21. What is his current Trump coin price? I don't believe in Trump. Let's be honest, this is not simply a meme currency. It's a Trump coin that piques attention. Everything Trump touches turns to gold. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm G. I'll be watching this thing closely. If it returns to about $20, I might have to scoop some up. We know Trump is going to do this. He stated that he's not done and that he will make it a top 10. I'm just suggesting that there will be ETFs on it, and that's what I'm going to be doing. I'll be keeping an eye on Trump coin, so cryptocurrency wolves will ask why Bitcoin Maxi suddenly started targeting Extract. What happens to Maxis if a level playing field is implemented? David Schwartz claims that we began advocating for a level playing field where the government doesn't have to play favorites, which was always what the Maxis most feared. That's right, because when you put these assets onto a level playing field, what happens to people? Well, it starts to become pretty clear which asset is the best, right? According to David TR, I believe Bitcoin will remain at the top of the cryptocurrency market for a very long time, because the value of money is mostly determined by the network effect rather than its technology. However, who knows how long that will last? David SCH says that's a good question. He says, I tend to think 3 to 5 years. Damn, 3 to 5 years seems like an eternity in crypto. But sometimes things seem to take forever, and sometimes they seem to change overnight very. Interesting. So David Schwartz is predicting that Bitcoin would stay number 1 for the next 3 to 5 years. So that means he believes XRP would flip. He didn't say XRP. He believes that Bitcoin would lose its dominance in the next bull market. That's interesting right there. Perhaps that's when XP jumps it, who knows. And then we get this. This is what you should be buying. Folks, these right here are the Made in America cryptos. You should be focusing on these. Want to know why? Because Eric Trump has confirmed that the US-based crypto projects are going to benefit from zero capital gains. Do you understand if this gets signed and goes into effect, and we don't have to pay any capital gains on XRP? Do you understand how big this is? If this does get signed, it has lowered my XRP selling targets. Consider this. If you earn $1 million from XRP and must pay 20% in taxes, that comes to $200K. If you earn 5 million, you must give up $1 million. If you earn 10 million, you must give up 2 million. The money you would have to pay in taxes can now be used to buy a nice home for yourself. I will tell you now, so I hope this comes to pass. XRP, I own a Cardano Chainlink and a Solana. Avalanche, Stellar, Hedera, I own all of them, and most of my cryptocurrency bags are tax-free. This is a huge victory, people. Now that Eric Trump has verified it, all that is needed is for the bill to be approved. Squeaky Mouse released this statement saying, "Here we go again." Here is the XRP chart. What is he waiting for? He's simply waiting for the breakthrough. The breakouts are coming, folks. Yesterday, I showed you my chart and discussed the important figures. The primary goals, your number is 340. Technically speaking, it's about 338, but we like to round them up a bit here. The important number to focus on is 340. The entryway, gates, or anything else you want to say at $4 is open. Once $340 is breached for XRP, XRP will enter that $4 range. The goal for Q1 is $4 to $6. Perhaps it spills over a little past Q1, but that's the target range for XRP 4 to 6. If that happens, it suggests to me that a double-digit XRP is approaching. If we stay lower in that range, it will be more difficult to reach that double-digit XRP. Remember those parabolic moves that we're all waiting for? They don't come until later in the year. Right now, though, it's Bitcoin's time. Yes, the other assets will profit from Bitcoin's ascent, but now is Bitcoin's time. Bitcoin will move. The value of Bitcoin will increase, and later in the year, the money from Bitcoin will move into other cryptocurrencies.